Alright, y'all. So one of my favorite analysts just dropped his top 12 programs in the country. This is Josh Pate. Met him up close and personal before and also interviewed him. This is how he has it. Number one, Ohio State. That is a little bit high for obviously the Buckeyes, but they are a team that has been at the top. They've been doing some good things this year or the past few years. Number one does seem a little high. But I would say overall they're a team that wins and plays at a high level. They recruit well, have a good coaching staff. Ryan Day has done his thing. Some people have been mad about the Michigan record, but they have been a pretty stable team throughout college football. So you have to give them credit there. Number two, Georgia. Georgia's sitting pretty high in Josh Pate's rankings. We know the Bulldogs with Kirby Smart. We've seen some of the statistics that they've been able to do. We've seen, obviously, how good of a program well run they've been. And even the ACC, a general manager even said, like, yeah, you're going to have to play top dollar to even get anybody out of Georgia potentially over Kirby Smart. So he's doing something right. And they just landed, obviously, their former star running back out as a support staff role on the team. Georgia is Georgia, and they recruited at a high level. Had a top 5 class I think they had last year in 2026. And they're already trending right now to have one of the top classes. And their top recruit, Keemon Spell, already shut down his recruitment. And he's pretty much locked in with, obviously, the Bulldogs and his cancer, all his other OVs. Tells you all you need to know. Some people will feel like they underachieved last year, but I think Georgia was pretty good, if we're being humbly honest. Indiana at 3. Not a bad spot. I mean, to be 2 years in, they won a national championship. They've done it with a new quarterback every year. Fernando Mendoza's past year from Cal. The year before, they had Curtis Rourke. This year, they're going to obviously have Josh Hoover. Kirk Cinetti's running a pretty well-operated machine there. And obviously, Bloomington. We'll see how much that pays off going into next year and obviously moving forward. But having them as a top 3 team, I can respect it. I think Oregon is too high, respectfully. I like Dan Lennon, you know what I'm saying? But I even said it on my own show. I think it's a team that has not I want to say underachieved, but they haven't performed well in big spots. They need to be much better moving forward, humbly, if they want to have a chance in order to kind of win a national championship. With as much as they recruit when it comes to 5-star and 4-star prospects, Oregon should be much better than what they are. And they shouldn't be getting throttled by Ohio State and Indiana. I know there's some of the top teams on this list, but come on, bro. You should at least be competing. Miami, who's 8 on this list, who we'll talk about later, is competing against those teams. And they even beat Ohio State and had a chance to beat Indiana. I'm just saying. Texas, I like Texas at 5. They've been a team. Religious has been in the college football playoff for the most part. They didn't make it this past year. We know it was a trying year for Arch, but I like what they did in the portal. I think they are a well-run machine, too, under Coach Sarkisian. Obviously, they made it pretty deep a couple years ago in the college football playoff. I think they're one of the more well-positioned teams. I will put them above Oregon, in my humble opinion. Notre Dame's another really good team, national championship runner-up 2 seasons ago under Marcus Freeman. Obviously, a team that had Riley Leonard. Ran the ball majority with, obviously, Jeremiah Love. A new era, is going to be ushered in now. But I would say for the most part, Notre Dame is a pretty good program overall when you think about everything in totality, their special teams, how they run the ball, how they play defense. Well-oiled machine. Alabama at 7 is a little too high for me, right? I will move them at number 9 or number 10, right? And here is why. Alabama obviously made the college football playoff. They did their thing, but this hasn't been the Alabama of old. And I'm not trying to compare it to what they were before, but they get top-end recruits, yes. They have been winning games, yes. But the reason I don't say they're top 10 right now because they're not winning those big games. They're not winning the games against Indiana's. They're not winning. They're getting throttled by Florida State. Like, we would never see that in the future or in the past with Alabama, right? I like Kalen DeBoer. Give him a shot. Give him a chance. And he has been under a lot of pressure. What I'm saying is you shouldn't be getting throttled the way you're getting throttled as well. Same kind of thing I said with Oregon. I think that has to change a little bit for the Alabama program. They are a top 10 program for sure. Number 7, no. Now, my Miami Hurricanes, I would move up. I think they're well-positioned right now to be a threat for years to come. Mario Cristobal has been recruiting at a high level. What they're getting into the transfer portal and bringing in. This is a well-run program right now, and I think a top program in the nation. And it helps college football because they're of national prominence and relevance. Whenever Miami is like that, they're always tough to beat. So I think the Hurricanes are well on their way, and I think they should be at least in consideration for top 5 in the country right now in terms of top programs. Texas A&M, we'll see. I want to see them follow up. They have been very good under Mike Elko, been recruiting at a high level. They made the college football playoff for the first time in their, obviously, history. 10-3 loss. It wasn't really embarrassing defensive game. Can they take another step forward? Right? Can they take another step forward with, the pieces they got coming back? Kevin Concepcion and obviously, some of the pieces they're going to have. Marcel Reed, can he take another step forward next year? Can they get deeper into the postseason? And then right now, I will put Michigan a little bit down. Now, look, Michigan had a productive year. They got throttled in that, obviously, bowl game. They are a pretty good program, but how good will Kyle Whittingham be in his first year with the Michigan Wolverines? Comes over from Utah. I'm not too sure. I can't put all my eggs in one basket. I will put them a little bit outside of the top 12. I like them. I think they have good defense, but too many question marks with everything that just happened with their head coach, Sharon Moore, and all that good stuff. New coach coming in. We will see. It's harder for me to put them in the top 10. I think there's other teams you can put in here. All right, number 11, Texas Tech. I can respect that from Josh Pate. I think they are another team that's willing to spend money, willing to put an investment into the program, the institution, and, you know, find ways to get to a CFP playoff and go deep. I think with the investment they're getting from, you know, obviously the booster club, some of the people that are investing into the program, they are a well-positioned team to dominate for the next few years. So I do like them at number 11. All right, last but not least, he has number 12, Tennessee. Now, Tennessee is very interesting, to say the least, man. A program did pretty good in the portal, brought us some new pieces in Chaz Coleman. We'll see how they look offensively. New defensive coordinator as well. He made a lot of moves this year in order to improve this roster. We look at Josh Heupel. They should have a pretty good quarterback room. Running backs will be very deep, in my humble opinion. Tennessee does have a good program, but it's going to be a tough year. They play some tough teams. Georgia Tech's in there. Got several tough teams this year. Can they win? Can they get past 8 wins? Now, they overachieved compared to last year because nobody had them finishing this high. Nobody had them doing this well. So I will commend them there. But can they take a next step forward? I don't know. So overall, man, pretty solid list from Josh Pate. I will make some changes. I think his first 3 he pretty much nailed. I will move Miami up, in my opinion, move Oregon down to probably 6. Miami up to 4, Notre Dame 5, Texas 6. Then I would put Oregon 7, Bama down to probably 10. Move up Texas A&M. I'll move up Texas Tech, Tennessee, then put Bama. No disrespect. I like Bama, but I want to see them do more. So there you have it. My thoughts on the top 12 teams in college football via Josh Pate.